Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Coffee with Karma. And in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 possibly surprising reasons why you should not fall in love with your working title. So, just a little bit of background. My name is Carma Spence, and I help entrepreneurs write a lead attracting book in 90 days or less. And a working title is something that you use as shorthand to facilitate communication about your book. And often it is short, it is pithy, and it encapsulates the brand promise of the book, but it may not be the end result book title. Sometimes it is. I mean, like Public Speaking Superpowers was always going to be Public Speaking Superpowers. It started out, that was my working title, and it didn't be my real title because it fit the brand promise of the book so well. But Home Sweet Homepage didn't start off as Home Sweet Homepage. I can't even remember what the working title was for that one. So, don't get married to your working title because it may not end up on the cover of your book. And here are 5 reasons why. 1, sometimes as you write your book, the content shifts. You realize that, "Oh, I don't really wanna talk about this," or, "Oh, I should be talking about this over here." And sometimes you come up with your working title before you've even done the research for your table of contents, and once you pull together your table of contents, you realize this title no longer fits. But don't change it at that point. Keep with the working title, change it when the book is a final draft. So, there's content shift. Reason number 2 is cover design constraints. So, you've got this great title, but it's really long. And as you're designing the cover, you just can't make that title work. It just doesn't work. Not at least not in a title, not in a cover that you want. So sometimes you have to adjust that. In fact, that happens a lot, in all sorts of communication programs. I was an editor of a variety of newsletters for over 10 years, and almost always, as we got into design, we'd have to edit the titles of articles, the length of articles. Sometimes we'd have to make them longer, sometimes we'd have to make them shorter. We'd have to, like, pull content in different directions because otherwise it didn't fit into the design and would roll on to the next page, and the way we were designing it, we didn't do that. So the same thing goes with your cover. Your working title may not work on the cover that you want. Reason number 3, legal or trademark issues. Oops. And here's a real story. There was a book that came out, and I think its original title was Author and Grow Rich. And after the first edition, it had to change its name. Now, I do not know this for sure, but I have a feeling that the people who owned the rights to Think and Grow Rich probably got a little upset. Now, obviously, that has gone away because there are now other books that are whatever and grow rich, and they have no problem. But back then, it was a problem. So go ahead and use your working title. It's just your working title. But before you slap it on the cover of your book, make sure there aren't any legal or marking issues with it. Another story. Um, I started working under the brand Own Your Awesome. And I was writing about it, blah, 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 blah. After doing it for about 6 years, I got a gentle cease and desist email from a coach who created a deck of cards called Own Your Awesome. When I dug a little bit deeper, she trademarked that 3 years after I had been using that brand. But somehow she was able to technically, she shouldn't have been able to get that trademark, but she did, so I had to stop using Own Your Awesome. I can use Own Your Awesome and something else, like I have a book coming out called Celebrate You, Own Your Awesome Business and Life. Celebrate You is the brand. Own Your Awesome is just something that's said in there, and there's a bunch of other words. It can't be confused with what she's doing. But before you slap it on the cover of your book, always, always, always check legal and trademark issues. Number 4, feedback and insights. If you are using beta readers, you may find that after you've pulled them or talked with them, or if you've done any sort of working with your beta readers, they may say, I don't really like this title. This title doesn't resonate with me. So another story, I have something I've been building. Oh gosh. I first came up with the idea many, many years ago. I called it the holistic writer. It's your mind, body, and spirit in support of your talent. And that never really went anywhere. So I set it aside. And then I came up with Writer's Block Wizardry, which I love. I love that branding. I love it to pieces. Guess what? It's the same thing as a holistic writer. Put it in there, but it got crickets. And when I started talking to people who were in my target market, they were like, I don't have writer's block. I'm procrastinating. I'm like, same thing. But what I've discovered is that writer's block, probably because of all the shame around it, which is wrong because it is a thing. It's just not the thing that most people think it is. Never, but the term writer's block blocked people. So they didn't want to buy something that said writer's block wizardry. So I'm going to be rebranding it as the Author Switch Fellowship later this year. Same content, different. I had to come up with a different title. And who knows, maybe Author Switch Fellowship won't work either. We'll see. But you have to be open to the idea that sometimes the wonderful titles that you love won't work for your audience. Number 5, personal growth. As writing a book is in part a personal growth journey. And it doesn't matter what you're writing about. You could be writing about math. It doesn't matter what you're writing about. The act of writing changes you. And so sometimes at the end of your book, your manuscript journey, you may realize this title no longer fits who I am, where I want to go with this book, and so forth. So you change the title. Those are 5 reasons why you should not fall in love with your title. Now, obviously, sometimes your title works and it sticks like Public Speaking Superpowers did, but often it doesn't. So don't get married to it. Be open to it either sticking or not. So if you're looking for more tips on titles and how to work with titles, I did 2 videos. I call them the Purple Cow videos. I did them last month. If you would like links to those 2 Purple Cow videos, drop Purple Cow in the comment or DM me Purple Cow, and I will send you the links to the 2 Purple Cow videos that are all about SEO and video title and book titles, both as your title and as your subtitle, and what I discovered when it comes to SEO and book titles. This is the end of today's Coffee with Karma. And I will see you tomorrow when we will be celebrating National Bird Day. I've got something special planned for you. But this is Karma Spence saying ciao for now. See you tomorrow.